Welcome to the final lecture in this series. I hope you've gained some insights into this deep and fascinating world. The idea behind this lecture is to give you all the information you'll need when purchasing Honkaku Shochu and Awamori. There's a huge variety in the colorful labels on Honkaku Shochu and Awamori bottles, but legally, certain information must always be displayed. The label must present a clearly understandable profile of the contents. Details of origin and descriptions of character help the consumer with their purchase. Here, we will explain how to read a Honkaku Shochu or Awamori label. These are some typical labels. The brand name is usually in the center, written in large characters. There are many kinds of brand names. Some are simply the name of the manufacturer. Others refer to places, historical figures, the character of the drink, or the method of manufacturing. One thing these names all share is that they try to evoke an appealing picture of the unique quality, character, and origin of the spirit inside. Most brand names are written in traditional style with a bamboo brush to emphasize the essential Japanese nature of Honkaku Shochu and Awamori. Only Honkaku Shochu can use this name on its label. Simply defined, Honkaku Shochu is authentic shochu, manufactured by traditional methods. That means certain conditions must always be met regarding the distillation method, ingredients, alcohol content, and coloring. Distillation must be done using a single pot still. In the single pot still, one batch of alcohol fermentation liquid is charged in the still and distilled. Residual liquid is then discharged from the still, and another batch is charged and distilled. This batch process of distillation is repeated. Single pot stills have a very simple construction, so they don't produce very highly refined alcohol. Instead, they are good at producing mellow tastes and fragrances that distinctly reflect the unique character of the original ingredients and fermentation method. Honkaku Shochu is made from grains such as rice, barley, or buckwheat, and koji made from these grains. Various tubers and koji made from them, sake leaves, and in the Amami Islands from brown cane sugar. Chestnut, sesame, beefsteak plant, kuma bamboo grass, and mugwort may also be used, depending on the region of origin. Barley malt and fruits cannot be used to make shochu. Distilled malt becomes whiskey, and distilled fruits will make brandy. To be classed as Honkaku Shochu, alcohol content must be 45 degrees or less. And if stored in barrels, there must be no excess coloring from the barrels. The label can say Honkaku Shochu only if all these conditions are met. Honkaku Shochu is a mellow drink with a wide variety of flavors due to the different regional ingredients used. Awamori is a special designation. It must also meet a number of specified conditions regarding distillation method, ingredients, alcohol content, and coloring. Just as for Honkaku Shochu, the name Awamori indicates single pot still distillation and an alcohol content of 45 degrees or less. And barrel storage must not excessively change the coloring. The most essential requirement is that Awamori must use only black koji made from black koji mold and Thai rice. This black koji is the only ingredient allowed. Only products meeting these 4 conditions may be labeled Awamori. Awamori is a drink with a deep flavor that retains the distinct character of the black koji. This part of the label shows the ingredients. Main ingredients like rice, barley, and sweet potato are listed in order of amount used. Koji is always used for Honkaku Shochu. The type of koji, rice, barley, or sweet potato must be indicated. Because Awamori is always made using only black koji grown black koji mold on Thai rice, the label indicates rice koji. The label prominently shows the main ingredient. This label tells us this Honkaku Shochu is mostly made from sweet potato. The same rule applies to shochu made from rice, barley, brown cane sugar, buckwheat, or sake leaves. If multiple ingredients are used, the most common one is usually indicated. However, as long as the ratio of ingredients is shown elsewhere on the label, the shochu maker can choose to highlight any ingredient here. This number indicates alcohol concentration. It's the amount of alcohol in milliliters contained in 100 milliliters of shochu. Most shochu is 25 degrees, but a wide range is available from 43 to as low as 12 degrees. These numbers show the bottling date. Honkaku Shochu and Awamori aren't legally required to give information like sell-by dates. But some makers choose to print the date of bottling, written as Japanese year, month, and day. This indication means a shochu aged for at least 3 years, or, in the case of a blended shochu, that 50% or more of the contents have been aged for at least 3 years. An internationally accepted geographical indication system indicates producing regions that have passed the high standards required. In 1995, Japan's National Tax Agency authorized geographical indications for Iki-shochu, Kumo-shochu, and Ryukyu Awamori. Satsuma Shochu gained geographical indication status in 2005. Iki Shochu, Kumo Shochu, Satsuma Shochu, and Ryukyu Awamori are internationally recognized appellations of origin. From April 2006, Japan implemented a system of regional collective trademarks to help develop regional brands. So far, Oita Mugi Shochu, Miyazaki Honkaku Shochu, Amami Islands Kokuto Shochu, and Hakata Shochu have been granted trademarks. These quality brands of Honkaku Shochu have been subject to rigorous quality control from raw ingredients to bottling, resulting in highly distinctive flavors rooted in the traditions, culture, and terroir of their producing regions. Everyone has probably seen or tasted Honkaku Shochu or Awamori without knowing very much about these spirits. Here, we'll try to answer some of the most common questions.
What is the history of Honkaku Shochu and Awamori?
The accepted story states that in the 15th century, the distillation techniques used to make Honkaku Shochu and Awamori came to the kingdom of Ryukyu, present-day Okinawa, from Thailand, then called Siam. These skills spread through the Amami Islands to Kagoshima in Kyushu, then to the Kuma and Miyazaki regions. At first, it seems shochu was made from rice, but later, makers began using other ingredients, including sweet potato, barley, buckwheat, sake leaves, and brown sugar. Shochu making techniques may also have come from China via the Korean peninsula to northern Kyushu.
What are the major Honkaku Shochu and Awamori producing regions?
These are the regions producing Honkaku Shochu and Awamori. Honkaku Shochu is made on the main Japanese islands, especially in Kyushu, while Awamori is only made in Okinawa. Because the regional characteristics are so pronounced, we sometimes say that each brand has its own hometown.
Where does the word shochu come from?
Because shochu was distilled over an open fire, it originally had a number of names, such as shoshu, that simply meant roasted alcohol. Shochu became the dominant term from the 18th century.
Where does the word awamori come from?
There are several theories. Awamori might derive from awa, meaning foxtail millet, one of the original ingredients. In ancient India, awamuri was the Sanskrit word for alcohol. This is another possible source. Another possibility is that the Satsuma clan chose the name to differentiate their gifts to the shogun from shochu made in Kyushu. People used to test the quality of distilled awamori by slowly pouring it from a height into a cup or bowl. Good awamori produces a fine foam or froth, and awamori is written with characters that mean frothing or foaming.
What's the difference between Honkaku Shochu and Awamori?
Honkaku Shochu and Awamori are both traditional Japanese distilled spirits. However, they are produced using different methods and ingredients. Honkaku Shochu is made from rice, barley, sweet potato, brown sugar, buckwheat, and sake leaves, with koji made from either white or black koji mold grown on rice, barley, or sweet potato. Awamori is made only from black koji grown black koji mold on Thai rice. Another difference is that Honkaku Shochu is made in several parts of Japan, mainly Kyushu, while Awamori is produced only in Okinawa.
What's the difference between Honkaku Shochu and sake?
Honkaku Shochu and sake are both traditional Japanese types of alcohol. Honkaku Shochu is a spirit distilled from ingredients such as rice, barley, sweet potato, and brown sugar. Sake, on the other hand, is brewed using alcoholic fermentation of rice and then filtered. So, sake and Honkaku Shochu are different kinds of alcohol made with different materials.
Does the flavor of Honkaku Shochu and Awamori deteriorate with time?
Honkaku Shochu and Awamori are distilled spirits, so they contain no sugars or nutrients that allow microbes to grow. Combined with alcohol's natural antimicrobial effect, this means flavor will not deteriorate even after long-term storage. Stored under the right conditions, flavor can even improve with time. However, heat or direct sunlight can alter the flavor, so you should avoid storing in such places.
Will drinking Honkaku Shochu or Awamori make me fat?
Serve straight or on the rocks. One glass contains the same calories as half a bowl of rice. A glass of mizuwari or oyuwari contains only 1/4 the calories of a bowl of rice. Alcohol is rapidly metabolized too, so you won't become fat by drinking Honkaku Shochu or Awamori. If you're worried about getting fat, you should focus more on what you eat while you're drinking.
What is continuous distillation shochu?
Continuous distillation shochu is made by fermenting ingredients like barley, corn, and liquid molasses into alcohol, which is repeatedly distilled in a continuous distillation still. The resulting pure alcohol is then diluted with water to a strength of 36 degrees or less. No flavor remains from the original ingredients. It's drunk with ice as oyuwari in cocktails like chuhai or sour, and used for homemade alcohol like plum liqueur.
What is blended shochu?
To make blended shochu, small amounts of single distillation shochu, such as Honkaku Shochu, are blended with continuous distilled shochu to give the advantages of each, a pure alcohol that still has a distinctive mellow flavor and fragrance. On labels, it's called singly or multiply distilled blended shochu, or Class Ko or Class Otsu blended shochu. These lectures should have cleared up any major questions you had about Honkaku Shochu and Awamori. But there are still many interesting things to know. I hope you'll keep studying and use your new knowledge to enjoy these drinks even more. And that ends our last lecture in the series Information Useful for Purchasing Honkaku Shochu and Awamori. Thank you for watching.
Finished at last! Months planning, a month collecting data, and then the writing. I went all out to create this website. Oh no! Nice catch!
Very nice.